Bobby Bryant, great to meet you. Great to connect. Super excited. How you doing?
Doing great, man. Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on. Would love to hear a little bit about your story. You're a super successful entrepreneur. You got a bunch of different ventures in real estate, in voice tech. You're a member of the Forbes Council. Would love to start just a little bit about how you got started into real estate before we go into the tech side.
Wow. So that's a long story. Man, I've been in real estate for now just over 20 years. I was married at the time, and I remember my then wife we went to a big family event, and this was in Jonesboro, Atlanta, and we're put up in this neighborhood, and sitting to the right is like this huge estate house. Come to find out, it was Evander Holyfield's house. So we drive back into the neighborhood, and it's just these humongous houses. And then all of a sudden we arrive at her uncle's house, and it's like just owning the corner, right? And it was really one of those pursuit of happiness, Chris Gardner, Will Smith moments. When he walked up to the guy in the red Ferrari, and he said, "I have two questions. What do you do? And how do you do it?" And that's the moment I had with her uncle. And he said, "I'm in real estate." And at that time, I was a school teacher, right? And so I got my master's degree in special education, my first degree in vocational rehabilitation. And I had always been curious about real estate, but when I met with him, that kicked things off for me. And I was like, I want a house like this one day. So,
is that where you currently you ended up buying Evander Holyfield's house?
Man, I wish I could have bought his house. Didn't have the desire to be in Atlanta or in the suburbs but at that time I was living in Mobile, Alabama, and we moved to Houston, and we built us a nice big house here.
Good man. Congratulations. Congratulations. That's awesome. So what are some of your lessons? What did you learn about real estate? Because you've been in this, what year was that, by the way, when you switched from teacher to real estate?
So the year I officially transitioned was in like 03, 04.
Seems like forever ago. That's not exactly almost 20 years, because so
Yes.
much has changed. So
Yes.
much shifted in our culture and technology. And so that's a really long time ago. What are some of the things that you learned along the way in real estate? What kept you going at it?
Just the innate desire to teach. I'm an educator at heart. Being able to mobilize ideas. That's just a thing that I think that's just intrinsic when it comes to me. So for real estate, I really took on working with. And majority of my clients, interesting enough, were doctors, engineers, lawyers, very, very cerebral people. And so because of my approach, straight shooter, no bullshit, type of way of practicing real estate, I tend to attract that type of clientele that wants somebody who knew what the hell they were talking about, and that wouldn't just feed them some, again, BS. And that became a niche for me. But taking, an educational hat approach with it really worked well for me. But it also allowed me to transition into the direction of where we're at right now with DOS.
Being in a learning mindset, I'm putting it out there. If you have a lot of curiosity, you're an innate learner. Being a teacher means being a student, because you're curious and you're interested. So you start your entrepreneurial journey in real estate, and then your mind is like open to all kinds of things. How does that eventually lead into the tech companies that you founded?
It's an interesting world. Yeah, I mean, tech is an interesting world. I think that the thing that a lot of times that tech is missing, especially when you see a lot of Bay Area companies, they're designing as though the entire world lives in a Bay Area. Right. Like there's no such thing as 49 other states, right? And I think that's the backlash that they're experiencing right now. Well, we're just in this little bubble world, and we're just going to do this. And will they do that in Iowa? Will they do that down there in Biloxi, Mississippi? And so I think what you know, when it comes to education, when it comes to real estate, when it comes to tech, those things matter, especially if your objective is to evolve habits and characteristics. Really what we're all attempting to do, which by the way, I think Steve Jobs is probably a genius at mobilizing and changing people's characteristics and behaviors in terms of what they buy, what they use, etc. And so I think a lot of us, and what we're able to do is because of my educational background, understanding how people think, the psychology behind what they think. Something as simple as the colors of your logo or what you're using, the brightness of it. And then the idea, is this really something that people want? And then the technology, is it designed in a very easy way that will encourage them, motivate them to want to come back? These things all matter. And I think that's the ingredients that we embody collectively at Dawson.
So you could have created any type of tech company in real estate. I mean, there's a number of directions given your expertise and your history, and you've been successful. How did you specifically get into the voice sector or element?
Yeah, that's a early adopter. I'm a bit of a nerd in the aspect that I watched Jeopardy, and it was 2011. And I'm watching Jeopardy, and the anticipation was huge because IBM Watson was going to be on it, playing the two winningest players in Jeopardy history. And so I'm sitting here and I've got my popcorn and I'm just like, I got to see this, right? You know? And so all of a sudden the game starts and I'm watching this intelligent assistant, you know, in 2011, we're talking about, this is before Alexa was thought about. This is before Google Homes was a thing, right? You know, IBM showed the world the possibilities of an intelligent assistant, and it blew my mind. But you know, it wasn't until a few months later when Apple introduced the world to Siri, because then all of a sudden I saw the use case of it being mobile first. It was one thing to see IBM Watson, just the lights up on the Jeopardy stand and, you know, what is the capital of blah, right? You know, it's one thing to do that. It's another thing when I saw Siri. And that's when the light bulb went off for me saying, wow, what if we can create our own personal assistant, domain specific for real estate, and it can answer any question about any property in the country, connect people instantly, you know, all on the go in their mobile device in a multimodal way. Like, we were thinking this way years ago, but the reality of it is there were two things that needed to happen. We needed the technology to continue to evolve, and we needed people to get more and more used to using it. And then that's when all of a sudden it all led up to 2016 when I started assembling a team, because I came in contact with IBM Watson. I submitted my use case. They freaking loved it. We worked together with their engineers and developers, and we built out an MVP. And that led to other opportunities. And now we're where we're at today.
And where are you at today with Ask DOS?
Yeah, so great question. So what we've done is April 30th, we launched a beta. We have 1,000 users on it because the objective is actually to watch how they use it, but also to control costs, right? It's one thing when you're Amazon and you're Amazon, right? You know, and you create Alexa, you could stomach all of these API calls and usage. It's one thing when you're Google, right? But we're a startup. So we need to understand, okay, what's the cost, KPIs, et cetera, right? We need to understand all of these things. And so we're watching it at this level. We already now are approaching 15,000 people on our wait list that are waiting for it to open up. And we plan on late August, September 1st, opening it up to everybody. But right now we kind of have this controlled environment because what the objective is is not to frustrate a user, it's to give them a sickening rich experience. And so to watch it and perfect it and continue to tie in everything, because we have so much data, which is what makes DOS different from our competitors like the Zillows and the Realtor.coms, et cetera, is because we're built on an intelligent user interface, whereas they're built on a graphical user interface with boxes and icons.
So there is Zillow and there is Google, and there's probably a lot more real estate. My expertise and focus is not in real estate. So let's say that there's a lot of, why is the future Ask DOS? Why is the future going to voice? Why is everyone going to be finding houses on Ask DOS and not on Zillow?
Great question. I thank you for that. So here's the thing is that we're built for a consumer that wants more. We're built for the largest purchasers of homes right now, which are millennials. I want access to information in the palm of my hand. I want the information to be intuitive. I want to be able to go to one place. I don't want to have to go search 4 or 5 different websites for any different information on a single property. I want to go to one place. I want to know, does this house have natural light? I want to be able to search by a quiet street. I want to know, is this a vibrant area? Can you have me, I want to be near a beach. Do people like hot yoga in this particular area? See, when we're in this era now where I could live and work anywhere, then help me find anywhere easily.
That's good.
That's what makes DOS unique. DOS is a very intuitive experience that centralizes, humanizes, and mobilizes big data in real estate like never before done. And so we've built ourselves totally different than the Zillows and the Realtor.coms. And we believe that by creating a consumer-centric solution that gives this person all the information that they need. You can even ask about mortgages. Hey, DOS, what's the difference between an FHA and a conventional loan? How much would I have to put down? Is now a good time to buy? What's eminent domain? Good luck asking Zillow or Realtor.com or any of the other platforms those questions. You know what? I don't want to talk to anybody. I just want information. You know what it's like? It's like walking into a clothing store. As soon as you walk in the door, what happens? How you doing, sir? What can I help you out with today? What is your response? I'm just looking. I'm just looking. In other words, don't bother me. I'll let you know if I want that shirt up there on the top rack. That's how we believe consumers are. Don't bother me. If you go to our competitor's website, the minute you put any information in, ring, 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 hey, 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 I sold your lead, I sold your information. We don't sell information. We don't sell our consumers and our clients information. We use that information to best serve them. That's why DOS would be the search platform of the future.
Is there something unique specifically to voice search that is a better experience than typing in and sitting at your laptop, that maybe people are going to be doing this on the go? Is that part of it for you?
It is. You know, the science, or I even say the art and science behind voice is creating a solution that doesn't talk too damn much. That creates a solution that communicates. That's the multimodal aspect of it. Like, I made an utterance. Does it need to talk back to me? Should it just show me an image? Should my phone just vibrate? Should it show me an image and respond? Right? So these different ways of communicating. If I'm asking a question, depending on that question, it may, if I say, what is a sheet or eminent domain, like I just said, then we made sure that our responses are less than 25 words or a certain number of seconds. Anything over that amount of seconds, we know the consumer's tuning out. Hey, dog, shut up. Hey, Alexa, shut up, right? We got to keep these short, concise responses. And anything that's over that amount of time, then show it. Type it out. Let them read it. Or I may be at work and I don't want everybody to hear me say, hey, Doss, can you show me houses for sale? No, I'm at work, right? So you empower people to speak, text, and type, depending on where they're at. And you know what? All right, there are some people that if a rotary phone existed, they would still have it. So we give them that option as well. Mm-hmm. You can use the traditional way, the DOS search way, speak, text, or type. You meet people where they're at, and then you pay attention to their usage, and you make iterations from there.
Very cool. I mean, it sounds like an incredible dream come true for the person looking to buy a home. It sounds like an ideal scenario, like almost a magic wand scenario. What do you say to a real estate agent who, let's say, you know, they're concerned, they're thinking, is this going to replace my job? What's the future of the real estate agent with technologies and companies like Ask DOS emerging?
You know, I don't know if you guys have ever saw *Halt and Catch Fire*. It's a Netflix series. It is awesome. If you're in the tech space, watch that series. I guarantee you'll drop me a nugget and say, Bobby, thank you for recommending that. It's this guy by the name of Joseph McMillan, and he talks about technology. He said, all of you guys, he's a very charismatic guy. All of you guys, you get technology wrong. What you need to understand is technology is the thing that gets you to the thing. See, our objective is not to replace the realtor. Our objective is to make their lives more efficient, their jobs more efficient. The objective is to get the consumer the information that they need instantly, accurately, about the largest purchase most people make in their lives. We live in an era now is that people will fact check you. I don't really care to ask, let me get my information. And once I'm an informed consumer, hey, Doss, put me in contact with a realtor. So we're not necessarily changing the total fabric, but we are evolving how people are going to conduct and do business. There won't have to be as much hand-holding. What's your highest and best use? And your highest and best use, and you have 20 clients, and you're on the phone answering these mundane, simple questions. It's not your highest and best use. So ask DOS. And then when that client is ready and they're hot, because most people start their search 6, 8 to 12 months out before they're ready, ask DOS. And then so as they get closer to being ready, now I can connect that consumer with the realtor, and that's how we generate revenue. Now, because we made this connection, now we earn a portion of the commission, right? Because we connected this realtor with a client they otherwise wouldn't have had in their market area.
So when a homeowner, a home buyer, someone who's buying a home is looking for it, they can instantly connect with the real estate agent, like on the app?
Yeah, they can search DOS, they can ask all their questions, and when they're ready, hey, DOS, I want to see this house. Okay, great. You know what, DOS? I want to see it Thursday between 1 and 3 o'clock. Set all up. Pings out, that lead goes to an agent. It registers that this lead is what we're giving you. Need you to be there Thursday between 1 and 2 o'clock. Confirmed. Next thing you know, they show up, they open the door, walk them through the property, do the human stuff, right? Write that contract up, close the deal. They send us a 25% referral fee, an industry standard referral fee. And next thing you know, we go to the next deal. Our average check is about $2,100. So different from a lot of other voice tech companies, we've already figured out and know how to generate revenue with DOS. And we already are.
Very cool. So you're making life easier for the consumer and also for the professional. There's like an inherent marketplace. Brilliant. It's completely brilliant. Well, we knew you went. It's very cool. This is the future of real estate. How many other companies are there like Ask DOS?
We're the only one, and we have 3 patent pendings at this moment, and we expect to probably have upwards of 15 to 20 here in the near future. But we're excited. We are kind of got a first movers advantage here, and we want to make sure that we continue to secure that advantage.
I'm excited to see where it goes. What would you say is, how did you get all the 15,000? You said we have about 15,000 on your wait list. How did that happen?
You know what? We have some fans that's been watching us for a long time. From the real estate industry to our investors that we have that invested into our seed round. We've been very fortunate there. So in between our sphere, our followers, realtors throughout the country, writing about it in Forbes, writing about it, being written about by Forbes. The word has been out there, and we're kind of excited that number is growing each and every day. People that are wanting to experience what we believe the next era of home search and transactional support looks like.
Super exciting. Do you have any a vision beyond real estate, given the technology and the patents? I mean, you've got 3 now. You're going to have 15 to 20 very soon. You're already funded. What's the future for you with assets?
Yeah. So the future, we built DOS not to just be a United States solution. We want to go international. DOS is a marketplace. So the objective is to address all things real estate. But let's talk about that real quick. Like, what does that look like? I know the first thing somebody does after they buy a house, they're going to want to buy new electronics and furniture, right? We've already had conversations with Best Buy, IKEA, and Walmart. Hey DOS, show me leather brown sectional couches under $5,000 with a sleeper that sits at least 8 people, right? And then after that, home servicing, you're talking about an $800 billion industry. I think we already know how big the retail industry is. But hey DOS, can you send me somebody to give me estimates on repairing my roof? I want to get quotes on installing a wood floor. DOS, my water is cold. I think I need a new water heater. So the thing is to turn around and we take it from home search, transactional, mortgages, to retail, to home servicing, right? All things home.
You know what I love is the journey. So you were a teacher, which means you're curious, you're interested, you're passionate. You see this Evander Holyfield house, and something goes off in your head. I'm like, yes, get into real estate. And then this journey. I mean, essentially, practically, what you're building is a tremendous a business company, the future of technology that integrates well beyond real estate, well into retail, as an ultimate solution marketplace way of connecting consumers with stores and retail. It's an inspiring story. It's beautiful. It's fun. It's cool.
I really appreciate it. We're excited about it. And again, I think that that journey that you just mentioned, and you think about if I want to buy and sell a home, I go to an app. If I need to apply to a mortgage, it's possible that I'm going to go to another application. And then if I want to buy a big screen TV, I got to go to another application. And then if I want to do something home servicing, then I have to go to another application. And our objective is to bring it all together, that a consumer know that they can come to DOS in any and everything that has to do with their home, that they can get those answers and or products and services, that they need to satisfy them in a more efficient and economical and humanistic way. And that's what our mission is to make things seamless at the edge of your voice.
Beautiful. I'm honored that we got to meet at this stage. It's 2021 as of this recording. We're going to see where Ask DOS goes, but I'm really excited. I heard amazing things about you from Nick Saka, and I'm just happy we connected. Honored to meet you, honored to be part of the journey, and really excited to tell whoever is going to be listening and watching this to check out Ask DOS and join the 15,000 waiting list, because it's about to be way more than 15,000.
Yeah, please do. Please do. We're excited. We're excited and ready to give you guys access.
So where should they sign up? Where can they follow more about your work?
Yeah, so our website is askdoss.com. That's ASKDOSS.com. Follow me on LinkedIn, Bobby Bryant. I write some very interesting articles here and there, and my thoughts on things. I'm on Twitter as well, so please look me up. I would love to engage and talk voice, talk real estate, talk the future of tech.
Awesome, Bobby. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Great connecting, and hope to have you on again soon.
I appreciate it.